Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels with their new Codex and Harris and his Steel Legion. So the story that we've got going on here is actually a continuation of the last time these two forces met, where an Inquisitor had gone down to this planet, and the Commissar had disagreed with him and summarily executed him. The Dark Angels going in to find out what it was, or to basically just take them down a notch and show to them what happens when you go against the Holy Inquisition. But I guess the Steel Legion had talked to back home to their HQ and sent back word to Yarrick discussing the reasons for their decision to take him out. And it turns out that there's some suspicion that the Inquisitor had fallen to chaos with all of his dealings with the dark powers, and Yarrick agreed that was the correct decision, and the Dark Angels just weren't going to let that go. So Yarrick himself decided to lead this force to try to repel them yet again as the discussion broke down. So that's the story that we're going to be doing. We're actually going to be playing one of the chapter-approved missions, the Maelstrom mission of Kill Confirmed. Essentially what it is it's a Maelstrom mission. So we've got objectives. We've got one over here. There's one here, one over here, one in that building over there, one in each of these things, and then that's it, I think. Yeah. So there's three in the middle, one over here, two over here. That's going to be we're going to be doing Imperial Maelstrom, but on top of that, there's the addition of kill points. So essentially keeping track of units that are killed during the game, and you get points for those as well. And the combination of the two will determine who the winner is. So pretty fun mission, I think. It'll be a lot of fun. So we'll see how this goes. So that's the story, and that is the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, I've got Azrael, a Primaris Lieutenant with a power sword, and an Interrogator Chaplain on a bike. We have a 5-man scout squad with bolters. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads. We have a 7-man reaver squad with grav shoots. We have a venerable dreadnought with twin las cannon, fist, and heavy flamer, and a mortis pattern dreadnought with 2 twin las cannons. We have a 4-man Ravenwing Black Knight squad. We have a 10-man Hellblaster squad. We have 2 Razorbacks with twin assault cannons. And last but not least, we have a Dark Shroud with a heavy bolter. And for the Armageddon Steel Legion, he'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the vanguard detachment, we have Yarrick. We have 2 10-man veteran squads with 3 melty guns each. We have 2 10-man veteran squads with 3 plasma guns each. And we have 4 chimeras with dozer blades, track guards, multi-lasers, heavy flamers, and storm bolters. And leading off the battalion detachment, he'll have a Lord Commissar with a power sword and bolter, and a company commander with a power sword and bolt pistol. We have 3 10-man infantry squads with a flamer in each. We have a Lehman Russ battle tank with a las cannon, heavy bolter sponsons, storm bolter, auger array, and hunter killer missile. And a Lehman Rush Vanquisher with las cannon, multi-melta sponsons, storm bolter, auger array, and hunter killer missile. We have a 5-man squad of Rattling snipers. We have a Master of Ordnance. And last but not least, we have 2 Wyverns with heavy bolters and hunter killer missiles. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment now. I've got a squad of intercessors over here on the line. Got a squad of intercessors back here on one of the objectives. I've got my Venerable Dreadnought, my Razorback. I've got my Black Knights, my Interrogator Chaplain on a bike. I've got my Dark Shroud here. I've got Hellblasters are kind of in the building over there, as you can see. We've got Azrael and the Lieutenant. We've got another Razorback over here, and we've got the Mortis Pattern Dreadnought over here. My Reavers are in Deep Strike Reserve. Going over deployment now for the Steel Legion. We have a Chimera with the Veteran Squad with the plasma guns inside of it here. We've got 2 squads of infantry in this piece of terrain over here, along with the Lord Commissar. He's your warlord, right? Or yes, he's the warlord over here. Yarrick is inside of this Chimera with another veteran squad with plasma. We've got a Chimera with a veteran squad with Melta. we've got the battle tank back over here. The wyverns are inside the building over here, along with the Master of Ordnance. Rattling snipers are up on top. We've got the Inquisitor over on this side, and we've got the Chimera with another squad of Melta, and the last infantry squad is back here on this objective in here. So that is the deployment. As of right now, the Dark Angels will be going first, unless he can seize the initiative, looking for a 6. No, doesn't get it with a 5. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so the cards that I drew were Defend Objective 6, Secure Objective 4, and No Forgiveness. Defend Objective 6 is probably going to be doable. Secure Objective 4 is right back here, so that's going to be a little difficult for me to get. And No Forgiveness, I have to kill and destroy an enemy unit that was controlling an objective mark at the start of my turn. It's going to be tough. He's only got the 2 on the back line over here. Also, because of the rules of this actual mission, you can't discard any objective that requires you to kill. So it's all about killing in this. So this is definitely a grudge match that we got going on between these two armies. So I can't discard that. I'm going to have to either achieve it or just hold on to it for the rest of the game. So we'll see how this goes. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the Dark Angel on turn 1. My intercessors moved up. My Razorback moved up. My Dreadnought back here stood still. All of these Ravenwing guys advanced up here. My scouts stood where they were. Everybody in here, so my Hellblasters, Azrael, and the Lieutenant all moved up. They didn't advance. Moved up over there with the Razorback. Stood still with my other Dreadnought back there. These guys stood still back over here. And my Reavers dropped in back over here. So I dropped in more than just over 9 inches away from his Leman Russ over here. Over 9 inches away from these guys, but all of them are within 12 inches there, which is good for their pistols. So that is it for movement phase. When I advanced these Black Knights, I actually spent a command point on Speed of the Raven, which allows them to shoot and charge even though they've advanced here. So I spent 1 command point. Azrael's Warlord trait that he has to take is Master Strategist, which allows him to get 1 free reroll for a hit, a wound, or a save. But he also gets to, on a 5-up, roll to see if he gets a command point when I spend a stratagem. So I spent the stratagem, roll this on a 5-up, I get it back. No, I don't get it back. But my opponent has Kurov's Aquila, whatever it is, over here. So he is now going to roll to see if he gets one. He does with a 6. So he's up to 8 command points. I am down to 6. That was crazy town. All right, so that's cool. That is it for movement phase, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my Venerable Dreadnought over here is going to fire into his Chimera here holding Yarrick and the command squad. He didn't move, so it's going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of Grim Resolve into him. He will get a cover save because of being obscured over there. So here we go. 2 shots, hitting on 2s. 2 hits. Strength 9, wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 3, so becomes a 5-up because it's 3-up armor. Yes, 3-up armor becomes 6-up plus 1 for cover, so 5-up. No, goes through. He's going to spend a command point on that. No, still goes through. So D6 wounds. We got 5 wounds. And does he get his command point for his Warlord trait? No, he does not. All right, so now my Reavers are going to fire into his infantry squad over here. So there's 7 guys there with heavy bolt pistols hitting on 3s. All right, so they move, so they don't get to reroll. So we got 5 hits. Strength 4, wounding on 3s. Oh, okay, so we got 2 wounds. AP minus 1, plus 1 because they're in cover, so 5 ups. No, both go through, so they are dead. All right, now my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought's going to fire into his Vanquisher over here. So I've got 4 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s for Grim Resolve. Re-rolling 1 because of Grim Resolve. Okay, so 2 misses. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that. That's 2 wounds. Do I get it back? I do get it back. That's pretty nice. Does he get 1? Yes, he does. So he gains 1. I gained 1 back. But that's still 2 wounds into your Vanquisher over here.
6 ups.
2 6-ups. No, both go through. D6 wounds. 9 wounds, pretty good. All right, so now my Razorback here is going to fire into his Chimera holding Yarrick. I've got 12 shots, hitting on 4s because I moved, and it's AP -1, but he has industrial efficiency as his regimental tactic, or whatever it's called, regimental doctrine, which means that his vehicles ignore AP -1. So he's going to get his full 3-up save on these, but we'll see what happens. So 12 shots, hitting on 4s. All right, yeah, got a bunch in there. I'll take that. About how exactly statistical. Wah, wah. Strength 6, toughness 7, looking for 5s to wound. Oh no! One wound. Oh no! One wound there. One 3-up save. No, it goes through. All right, now my Black Knights here are going to fire into his Chimera there. Because I gave them Speed of the Raven, they're just going to be firing. I'm not going to be supercharging, but I am going to be just firing them. So here we go. 8 shots, hitting on 3s. Not getting to reroll because they did move. The good thing I didn't supercharge. Wounding on 4s because strength 7. Okay, not super great. So that's 2 wounds. AP -3, 6 ups. No, fails them both, so he takes 2 wounds. All right, so now my Hellblasters are going to fire. 2 are going to fire into his Chimera here, and the other 8 are going to fire into his the Wyvern over there. So we're going to see and I'm also going to pop weapons from the Dark Age off on them, which gives them +1 damage. I'm also going to supercharge with them. So let's first see if I get back the command point, looking for a 5-up. Nope, but does he get one? He does. I've been giving him 1 billion command points. It's crazy town. So I'm down to 5 command points. He's up to 9 command points. So we're going to go with the first 2 into the Chimera over here. So they're not in rapid fire range. Oh, actually, 1 second. Yeah, they were way out of 15. I don't know what I was thinking. So, so now they're going to roll. We're going to have the 2 that go into the Chimera over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Those are 2 hits. Strength 8, wounding on 3s. Oh, and they were 2, so I don't even get to re-roll them with the. You know what? Emperor is a jerk. Oh man. All right, now the other 8. Let's see if they learned from that mistake into the Wyvern over there. 8 shots, hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Don't even need to reroll. All right, they want it. Strength 8, yeah. Wounding on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s because of the Primus Lieutenant there. All right, so that is 2 misses, so 2 not wounds. So they've got 6 wounds there at AP -4. So he has cover there, so it's +1. So that would be, because they're 3-up, right?
Yes.
3-up, yeah, so 6 up. So we've got 6 ups. Makes 1 of them, and they are 3 damage each because of the thing. So it is dead. Quite dead. Does it explode? It doesn't explode, but that is first blood. All right, so now my Razorback here is going to fire into his infantry squad in the front here. He's going to pop take cover, which gives them +1 cover. Let's see if he gets back a stratagem, a command point. He does get it back, so it didn't cost him anything. So he gets +1 to his cover save. These are now going to be hitting on 4s because he moved. All righty. All right, strength 6, so wounding on 2s. Oh. All right, so we've got 5 wounds, 5 4-ups, right? Because it's AP -1, +1 for cover, +1 for the stratagem, so 4-ups. Fails 2 of them.
I'm okay.
And now my intercessors are going to fire into that same squad there. So 5 shots hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds, AP -1, +1 for cover. Does the stratagem left till the end of phase? So these are going to be 3 4 ups. Ooh, another 2 are dead. All right, so my scout squad here are going to fire. 3 of them are in range to fire into the infantry squad. 2 of them are not, so they're going to fire into the Chimera because hope floats eternal. So here we go. 3 shots into the infantry squad, hitting on 3s. All hits, wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds. Ooh, one second. They're within 6 of the lieutenant, so re-rolling. No, of course. Okay, so we got 2 wounds. 2 3-ups, because there's no AP on that. Oh, 2 1, so 2 more dead. And then the 2 into the Chimera over here. Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1. And he's good. All right, so now Azrael is going to fire his plasma gun into his Chimera over here. I'm going to supercharge it. Let's see. Let's see how much the Emperor is protecting him over there. So here we go. Oh boy. Hitting on a 2. Okay. All right, hitting there. Wounding on 3. That's a 1, but re-rolling because of the lieutenant into a 6, so that's a wound. AP minus 3, so 6 up. Huh. Oh, and it goes through, so that's 2 wounds. He is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. So he'll empty out from there, and we'll come back to you with that. All right, and nobody actually died in as it collapsed. That's what you get when you have a veteran squad being led by Yarrick himself. He makes sure that they watch their step as they step out of the destroyed Chimera. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. My Black Knights, since I spent on Speed of the Raven, are going to charge into his infantry squad over here and his plasma veterans over here. So he's going to fire Overwatch with the las guns between them here. So we've got an 18 total shots coming in, hitting on 6s.
I think that was a 6, but
it's all good. Yeah, we got this.
And then Yarrick rerolls.
And then Yarrick gets to reroll 1s for them. Getting into another one. That's pretty good.
Yep.
All right.
6s to wound.
Looking for 6s to wound. No.
5s to wound.
5s to wound because it's 3 strength 3. Yeah, I'm not Nurglebags.
2.
So we got 2 wounds, 2 3-up armor saves. Make them both. And then we've got the plasma. 6 plasma gun shots coming in here. Hitting on 6s. He is going to overcharge. Okay, he's hitting on 6s. Because he gets to reroll 1s. Getting 2 hits and rerolling that 1 into a 6. Oh, that's killer. So these are going to be 3s to wound. Oh, man. 2 wounds. And he's going to spend a command point on that one. Oh, okay. So 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves because of Jink. Oh boy. Oh no, I failed both. That's gonna be 2 dead unless I'm gonna spend a command point on one of those. And I make that, so I saved one of them. Let's see if I get that back. I do get it back, and then see if you get another one.
My reroll and your reroll.
Okay, so he gets for his reroll and for my reroll, so he's gonna roll 2 of them. Getting 1 back. So he lost 1, gained 1, comes out even there. Or, well, I guess we should have done it, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. Anyway, one command point, he gets it. So I lost 1 dude bro there. So let's see their charge distance now. I've spent my command reroll, so I need a 7 inches to get into his plasma guys. Getting it with 9, that's perfect. All right, now my Reavers here are going to charge into his Lehman Russ battle tank over here. So he's going to spend the command point to give himself defensive gunners, which means on 5s. Does he get it back? He doesn't get the command point back, so he spends that command point. Down to 7, back to where he started. So now he's going to fire into me with his Overwatch. So we've got, what are you going to do first? Heavy bolters first, so he's hitting on 5s. All right, getting 2 hits, which is good. You spent that command point. Already paid for itself. 1 wound. AP minus 1, so 1 4-up save. He's good with the 6. And then the las cannon. Nope, no hit there. And then battle cannon, right? D6 shots. But you don't get to do 2, right? Because grinding advance is only during the shooting phase. So 2 shots. Yeah, I think you already spent the command point. Yeah. So here we go. No hits there. All right, so, and then the Storm Bolter. So many shots. We got 1. Nope, no wound there. So their charge distance looking for 9 inches. Oh, just out. And I've already used my command point reroll. To be fair, I think it was worth it, but ooh, that's gonna hurt. That's smarts. That smarts a little. All right, so activating my Black Knights here for the fight phase they consolidated in. My Sergeant, my Huntmaster, sorry, is going to go into his infantry squad over there. The other two guys are going to go into the blue squad. So we're going to go with the Huntmaster first. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh. Strength +1, so wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -1.
So 6 up.
6 up. No, so one more of the infantry guys dies. And now the other two guys are going to go into the blue squad there. 2 attacks each, hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Wounding on, no, all hits. I was removing the 1, 2 there and saying all hits. But it was 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's all wounds. That is all wounds. These are D3 wounds. It doesn't make a difference. So these are all going to be 6 ups. Makes one of them. So 2 from the blue squad are dead. All right, so now his 2 squads, we're going to do it at the same time since they all have the same profile here in close combat. So they're all going to attack in here. They're going to be hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s because of Yarrick. So we got 1, 1. Wow, pretty good roll there. It's hitting on 4s, you said, right?
Yes.
Yep. And now looking for 5s to wound.
Veterans only get bonus ballistic skill.
Yep.
Better weapon.
Getting 1 wound. 3 up save. Yeah, he's good with the fill phase. Woo! All right, at the end of the fight phase, I'm going to spend 3 command points on Honor the Chapter to try to attack in with these guys again. So that'll be let me get another round of attacks in there. It's 3 command points. Let's see if I can get back 1 of those command points because of Azrael. And I do with a fill phase. And does he get back 1? No, he doesn't. So I'm back to 3 total command points right now. Getting back and spending and whatnots, but they get to attack again, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so now I'm going to have the Huntmaster and one of the other guys into his infantry squad over there. So that's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, no!
I'm sorry.
Oh, that hurts so bad. 1 hit. At least it's a wound.
6 up.
Oh, but he doesn't save, so 1 guy dead.
Okay.
And now the other guy that's going into the veteran squad there. That's 2 hits. That's 2 wounds.
Still working on the
Oh,
supplies.
man. Oh, and he makes 2 saves. That is killer.
Back in the
All right, so that's it for the end of the turn here. Into the morale phase, he's going to spend 2 command points on insane bravery, and he's going to see if he can get those command points back with his warlord trait. No, doesn't get them back, so he spends the 2 command points on them.
Still worth it.
And then the squad over there lost 2 guys, so rolling with a leadership of 7. No, they're good. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. The cards that I got is none at this point. So I'm still working on it.
You want to discard any?
I am going to... Oh, man, I just don't know if they're going to survive over there. I'm going to discard... No! This is killer. No, I'm not going to discard anything. I'm going to hold what I've got. I feel like... I don't know, whatever. Whatever. I'm going to hold what I got. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the guard here on turn 1. All right, so my opponent drew Defend Objective 5, which is dead center in the middle of the board. He also got Death from Afar, which is kill an enemy unit that is wholly within my deployment zone with a unit that's wholly within his deployment zone. And then he got Kingslayer. He can't get rid of Death from Afar or Kingslayer because they're both objectives that require you to kill things, and the mission doesn't let you discard them. So he's either got to achieve them or just sit with them for the rest of the game. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the guard here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the guard on turn 1. This squad here disembarked, and then his Chimera moved up over here. This squad over here fell back. This squad here, he actually spent, what is it, 1 command point? 1 command point to consolidate squad so that they can turn it into 1 12-man squad. Does he get it back? No, he does not. So they consolidated they fell back. So he's going to treat the whole squad as fallen back. We talked about it. He said that he thinks that's the way it should be. So that sounds right to me. So this squad here fell back. His company commander stood still over there. His tank over here stood still. His wyvern stood still. His vanquisher over here stood still. The rattling stood still. The master of ordnance stood still. This squad over here disembarked, and then his chimera moved up. this squad disembarked, and then his Chimera moved up over there, and that
got closer.
and the Flamer got closer to my Reavers over here, and everyone else kind of just muddled around. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off here, he's going to give the order of get back into the fight with this squad over here. So they are going to shoot now into my Black Knights, I imagine, right?
Flamer.
So we're going to go with the Flamer first. D6 hits, 2 hits, strength 4, looking for 5s, getting 1 wound, 1 3-up save. He's good. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into my Black Knights. So we've got 16 las gun shots, hitting on 4s. Rerolling ones because of Yarrick. All right, getting 1 more, not bad. And then wounding on 5s. No wounds there. And then we've got a frag grenade as well. So 3 shots, hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit, but no wound.
I'm gonna put everything
And now he's going to put it in, give this squad back into the fight, and they are going to fire into the Black Knights. So he is going to shoot everything, like I said, into the Black Knights here. So
guns,
we've got
2, 4, 6, 8, plus a frag grenade, so 8 las gun shots.
1 second.
8 las.
All right, I'm an idiot. I thought he was counting the number of shots that he got. So he's got 8 las gun shots coming in here,
So 3s and
hitting on
5s.
3s because they're veterans. All right,
Rerolling
rerolling 1s because of Yarrick. Pretty good. All right, not bad. Getting an extra hit in there. These are going to be wounding on 5s. So we got 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves. Ooh, failed 1. All right, so now the plasma guns are going to fire.
Until the end of
These
your-
are
the end of
these are going to be plasma guns. He's going to supercharge them. So here we go with the first one, hitting on 3s. Not rerolling 1s. 1 hit. Second one is 2 hits, and the third one. 2 hits, 5 hits, no blowing up. Not great for me. All right, so here we go. Wounding on strength 8s and wounding on 3s. We've got 3 wounds, 3 4-ups because of Jink. So looking for 4-ups. Oh, failing 2 of them. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll 1 of those. Oh, so it's 2 dead. Do I get it back, though? I don't even get it back.
Do I?
Does he get 1? Oh, he doesn't. At least he didn't, all right? And now Yarrick's going to shoot his Stormbolter into there, hitting on 2s. That's all hits.
Yep, 5s.
Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-ups. No!
Old man Yarrick.
Yarrick! What are you doing to me over here? Oh, man! All right, so this squad here is going to use Armored Fist to fire into my Dark Shroud over here. So does he get the command point back? He does. So he still stays at 5, and now they're going to fire there. They're -1 to hit because of the Dark Shroud being the Dark Shroud that he is. Going to see if the melty guns are not in melter range. So we're going to go with the 3 melty guns first, hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit. So that's 2 hits.
No reroll.
No reroll. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. AP -4, right?
Yep.
So those just go straight through.
2d6
D6 damage. 9 damage. That's exactly enough. Yeah, he did. Does he explode? No, he does not. And now this melty gun squad is going to fire into the Razorback over there, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. No wounds. He's going to spend a command point. He does get that. Does he get it back, the command point? No, he does not. So that's 1 wound. AP -4, so that's just going to go straight through my armor over there. So not Melta, so D6 wounds, 3 wounds. And now the las guns are going to fire in, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 6s.
1.
Getting 1 wound. I should have brought a die with me. 3 up. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! All right, now his Ratlings are going to fire into Azrael back over here. So hitting on 3s. All right. No, getting 2 hits.
All right.
Strength 4, right? Wounding on 4s.
4s and 6s.
Ooh, so 1 mortal wound into him. So he's going to be taking that. And then I've got 2 saves to make. AP nothing, so 2 2-up saves. And he makes both of those, so I will just take the 1 mortal wound. And now this Chimera here is going to fire the multi-laser and heavy flamer into my Razorback and the storm bolter into my scouts over there. So, flamer first. 4 hits, strength 5, looking for 5s to wound. Not getting anything there. Then we've got the multi-laser into him. Hitting on 5s because he moved. Getting 2 hits, not bad.
5s to wound.
5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. No AP, so 3 up. He's good with a fill face. And then the storm bolter onto the scouts, hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit.
And 4.
1 wound. 3 up save because they're in cover there. No, failed, 1 dead. And then this Chimera here is going to fire the flamer onto the scouts, storm bolter onto the scouts, multi-laser into the Razorback. So flamer first, getting 5 hits, wounding on 3s. Ooh, 5 wounds. -1, +1 for cover, so looking for 4 ups. No, there's +1. They don't have the camo cloaks. Yeah. So looking for 4 ups. Oh, making 1, but that means that the squad is wiped. That is toast. Oh, that is painful right there. Chickens, no! And now the multi-laser into the Razorback over here. That's all hits. Oh, 2 hits. Oh, sorry, because it's -1 to move because it moved. 1 wound.
No AP.
And a save. All right, so his Vanquisher is going to fire everything into my Razorback except for the Storm Bolter, which is going to fire into my Reavers back here. So we're going to go with the main cannon first.
Vanquisher cannon, 6.
Vanquisher cannon, looking, just 2 shots looking for 6s. Nope, no hits there.
I'm going to go and burn the Augur Array.
And he's going to use the Augur Array, so he gets to re-roll it. Oh, into a 6. Well done.
And a 3.
Strength, what is it?
Strength 8.
8, that's a wound. AP
-4,
so that goes straight through. Is it just D6 wounds? 1 second.
Melta.
All right, so it's actually -3. So looking for a 6-up. Show me that fill first. Yeah, with the fill face! Woo! And now the 2 multi-melters are going to fire into there. Hitting on 6s. No, no hits there. Las Cannon. No, no hit there. And then Hunter Killer Missile. No, no hit there. And then the Storm Bolter back there. So 2 shots. No, no hits there. All right, this infantry squad here is going to fire into my Reavers, so we're going to go with the Flamer first. That's 2 shots, hitting on 4s, because it's a regular infantry squad. Oh, no, that's hitting. Wounding on 4s, but not hitting. Oh, no wounds there. And then we've got 13 Lasgun shots that are going to be coming in here.
And I'm in rapid fire because of industrial efficiency?
Because of industrial efficiency, they are in rapid fire range. Up to 18 inches. So hitting on 4s.
And I don't have Yarrick this time?
No Yarrick to reroll. Although it would have only been 1 die. There was a lot of 2s in there. Sort of like my wounds with the plasma. And here we go. 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. There we go. 2 3-ups. No, they're better than my bikers. And now his battle tank is going to fire. He's going to fire his heavy bolters and storm bolter into my Reavers, and then everything else, the Hunter Killer, the Las Cannon, and the Battle Cannon into my Venerable Dreadnought over there.
So let's start with the Battle Cannon.
So we're going to start with the Battle Cannon first, hitting on, number of shots, so 10 shots. Oh man, that's killer. That is really good with grinding in advance, getting to have the 2 shots that are going in there. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Alrighty, not within range of. There was a 5 in there, I think. That one got flipped over. Okay, and then these are going to be wounded on 4s. No wounds there. So the Las Cannon is now going to be firing. No hit. Augur Array. He's going to spend it on this one. No, that's cocked. Okay. Yeah, roll it again. Yeah, there we go. That's a hit. So wounded on a 3. That's a wound. -3. So looking for a 6-up. No, goes through. So number of wounds. 5 wounds, so he's got Venerable ignoring stuffs. So 5 looking for 6-up. Show me them fill versus. Hey, I got 2 of them so far. Oh, so 2, so he takes 3 wounds. And now the Hunter Killer.
It misses.
That misses. And now the heavy bolters are going to fire into the Reavers over here. Hitting on 4s, that's 3 hits. Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Nothing there. And then we've got Storm Bolter. Nothing there. Okay. So now his Ordnance Commander is going to fire onto my Dreadnought with, what's it called? Artillery Barrage. So D6 shots. 4 shots. He can see him, so he's going to be a BS 3. So looking for 3s. That's 3 hits.
Force wounds.
Wounding on 4s.
Is your T8?
No, I'm not T8. 1 second. All right, strength 8, toughness 7, so wounding on 3s actually. So that's 2 wounds.
-2.
AP -2, so we've got 2 5-ups. Failed them both.
D3.
Oh, D3 each. So we got 2 4 damage. 4 venerable saves here. No, don't make any of those, but he's still technically alive. All right, so now his Wyvern is going to fire. He's going to fire his Hunter Killer at my Razorback. He's going to fire the mortars onto my Venerable Dreadnought, and he's going to fire the Heavy Bolters into my Reavers back here. So we're going to go with the Hunter Killer first.
4.
That hits.
3.
That's a wound. AP, yeah, T7.
AP -2.
Because it's strength 8, right? Yeah. So -2. So looking for a 5-up. No, goes through. D6, 5 wounds, killer. And now the heavy bolter into, heavy bolter into these guys over here. That is 2 hits. Wounded on 3s. That is 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Making 1 of them. All right, now the mortar's going into my Dreadnought back there. So these are going to be re-rolling 1, or this is the number of shots you're going to get?
All right. Going to be 12 shots.
12 shots. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. He doesn't need line of sight to him, so he doesn't have line of sight, but it doesn't matter. So he's re-rolling 1s because of the Master Ordnance. So looking for 4s, re-rolling 1s. There's 1 in there. All right.
5 hits.
So 5 hits. Strength
4.
Strength 4. So looking for
failed.
5s to wound. Re-rolling failed wounds. Oh, oh man. All right. So 4 armor saves. I've got 4 3-up saves to make here. Let's see how this goes. 4 3-ups. Oh, failed 1. Did I spend my command point reroll? Hold on a second. All right, I did spend my command point. So here it comes. 1 6-up save, or ignoring whatever you want to call it. Venerable thing. I've got 1 wound left. I'm only taking 1 wound. He'll be dead if I don't make this. If I do make it, that means I prevent him from getting an objective, and obviously he also survives until he shoots it with something else. But still, he would still be alive. That's important. So here we go. Looking for a 6-up. Show me that fill first. Oh, so close, but just not enough. So he is. Yeah, he did. Does he explode? You know what? That's just mean. That is cruel. He's not close enough to anything. But he did explode just to be a jerk face. So now his Chimera here is going to fire everything into my Intercessors. We're going to go with the Heavy Flamer first. 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Make 1 of them. Now the Multi-Laser hitting on 5s because he moved. 1 hit. Not a wound. And the Storm Bolter. No hits there. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire. The 3 plasma gunners are going to fire into my Intercessors up there. So he's going to have 2 of them are in rapid fire range because of what's it called again? Industrial efficiency, which is their regimental doctrine. And the rest of the las guns are going to fire into my Intercessors. So he's going to supercharge. He is within range of Yarrick over here, so he gets to reroll 1. So the first guy, rapid firing, rerolling 1s. Okay, that's 2 hits. Second guy. 1 hit. And then the third guy is 1 hit. So that's 4 hits. These are strength 8, so wounding on 2s. 4 wounds. These are going to have 4-up invul saves because of Azrael over there. So, yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah, AP -3, right? +1 is going to be 2, 5... Yeah, 4-ups is better. So 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. Make 2 of them, so 2 dead Intercessors. Sorry, I meant Hellblasters, but now his las guns are going to fire into my Intercessors. So these are going to be 12 shots, hitting on 4s. Oh, hitting on 3s because they're veterans. Rerolling 1s because of Yarrick. All right. You couldn't have rerolled the 1 back into the 1 with the plasma. So now these are going to be wounding on 5s.
Yep. 3.
Getting 3 wounds. 3 3-ups. Sorry, I got to clean up my space here. Failing 1 of them, so that's the 1 dead Intercessor. So that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Chimera here is going to charge into my Razorback. I'm going to fire Overwatch, looking for 6s. Getting 2 6s. Looking for toughness 7, so looking for 5s. Getting 1 wound. He ignores the AP -1, so 3 up. He's good. And then his charge distance. 7 should get him in. All right, so it's true. So now his Chimera here is going to charge into my Hellblasters. I'm not going to supercharge. There's 8 of them left, so there's 16 shots here, hitting on 6s. 4 fill faces so far, re-rolling because of Azrael. 4 fill faces, 3 something else's. This is actually coming out, I think, on Christmas, so Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, and Merry Monday to those who don't. Getting a bunch more, so that's total 7 fill faces going on here.
Not enough to kill it.
But enough to make it really pain. So 7, strength 7, wounding on 4s. All right, couldn't have had any 1s in there, so that's 3 of them at AP -4. So it doesn't get any saves, so that is just 3 wounds onto it there. Does its charge distance get in? 7 inches might get in, we'll find out. Yep, and he's in. And now this Chimera is going to charge into my Razorback, hitting on 6s. Not getting anything. His charge distance is not in. He's going to spend a command point to re-roll it. So this is to see if he gets it back. He doesn't get it back, and does he charge in? No, he does not. Oh, crazy. All right, so now into the fight phase. This Chimera is going to attack into my Razorback. He's going to spend a command point on Crush Them on it. So does he get it back? No, he doesn't get it back, so he's down to 2 command points total. And now he has, but he gets to hit on 2s now with this, so it's down to 2. And then he gets 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's 3 hits.
And 5s to wound.
5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. 1 3-up save. He's good. All right, so now his other guy's going to go into there. I actually heroically intervened with Azrael and my lieutenant. So here come the Dozer Blade shots, hitting on 3s because of, or 5s, sorry, because of Dozer Blade.
Wounded on 3.
Wound on 3. No wound there. All right, so I'm actually going to activate my lieutenant first. He's got the Heavenfall Blade as the relic for this army here, which means I get +1 attack, giving me 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. It's going to be strength +2, so I'm going to have strength 6. So look, still wounding on 5s, but I'm going to be AP -3 and D3 wounds each. So here we go. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2. So 2 6-up saves. No, both go through. D3 wounds each. 3, 4, 5 wounds. And now Azrael is going to attack in with his 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Re-rolling because of himself. All right, that's 5 hits. Strength +2 becomes wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound in there. AP -3. Oh, 6-up, he's good. So he actually also takes a mortal wound anyway because of that 6, because of the Sword of Secrets there for Azrael. So he's down to 1 wound. And now my Hellblasters are going to attack in. They've got 2 attacks each, except the Sergeant has 3. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Azrael. Wow. Okay, that was real good. All right, these are going to be wounding on 5s because strength, toughness 7. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds over here. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Got another one, so 6 wounds over here. 6 3-ups. Oh, and he fails them, so he is going to be dead. Does he explode?
Let's see. Hopefully.
I mean, hopefully not. No, he does not explode. He's actually going to command point it. He wants to try to see if it explodes. Oh! I saw a lot of splits. Does he get the command point back? No, he doesn't. But oh man, I saw that all those pips on there. And I thought it was 6. Give me a mini heart attack going on there. So he is dead.
going to.
All right, so that is it for the guard turn here on turn 1. He did get Death from Afar, gaining himself a point from that, and he's going to discard Defend Objective 5 because I blew him up off of there in close combat. So we are going to come back to you after with the card. Actually, you know all my cards. I'm not going to draw. I don't have to draw any more cards. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. Sorry, at his turn, I actually scored Defend Objective 6, so I got that point. So I am going to draw 1 card now on this turn, and it's Hold the Line, which might be possible. We'll have to see what happens there. We'll come back to you after movement phase now. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. They just moved back over here into my deployment zone. These guys stood still on their objective back here. He stood still over there. Razorback stood still over here. Hellblasters, Azrael, and the Lieutenant moved up over this way. He stayed in combat back there with the Chimera. Back over here, my Interrogated Chaplain moved up over to here. And my Reavers just moved up over this way, looking on that squad over there. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. We're going to start here with the Intercessors firing into his veteran squad over here. 5 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, don't get to reroll. They moved. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, so 5 up. No, 1 did. All right, so my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought here is going to fire into his Wyvern over there with both of his weapons. So 4 shots with the las cannons, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, not 2s. All right, wounded on 3. That's a wound. AP -3.
6 up.
Yep. Nope, that goes through. D6 wounds. All right, so now my Reavers are going to fire into his Guardsmen over here. So we got 7 shots, hitting on 3s. All but 1. Wounded on 3s. All but 1 again. So that's 5 wounds. AP -1, +1 for cover, so 5 ups. Fails 3 of them. All right, my Chaplain's going to shoot into the Meltagon squad over here. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. No, failed that. Oh, that one's cocked. Oh, no, still none. Lieutenant's going to fire his pistol into them. That is a hit. Not a hit, rerolling because of Azrael. That is a hit. That is not a wound. He doesn't get to reroll it. Azrael's going to fire into them. 2 hits. 2 wounds. AP -1 because it's a master crafted. No, 2 did. All right, so now my Hellblasters, 2 of them are going to fire into his Vanquisher. 6 of them are going to fire into his Wyvern inside the building there. I'm going to spend the command point on weapons from the Dark Age. Do I get to keep it? No, I don't get to keep it. Does he get one? No, he does not. So I'm down to 1 command point left. So now we're going to go with the, they are going to supercharge. So we're going to go with the 2 guys into the Vanquisher first. So it's 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, strength 8, so wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. No! That was rough. And now 6 guys into the Wyvern over here. Rerolling because of Azrael, thank God. That would have been 3 dead guys. All right, so that's all hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of, oh man, that is not a great roll. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. So that is 3 wounds. 3 AP -4. So 6 up because he's in cover from them. No, and he gets 1. So 6 wounds. So he's still alive because of that. Do you want to spend a command point to reroll it? Now my Razorback's going to fire into his Plasma Squad here. So I've got 12 shots, hitting on 3s. Not getting to reroll 1s because it's a tank, which would have been nice on those ones. These are now going to be wounding on 2s. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. So 8 5-up saves. Ooh, I'll just clear this out for you.
Sir. And I made 3 of them.
Made 3 of them, so it's going to be 5 dead from that squad there. All right, that is it for the whatchamacallit, shooting phase. Thank you, sir. My interrogator chaplain is now going to assault in the assault phase into his Lehman Russ over here. So here come his heavy bolters on 6s.
Nothing.
No hits there. So now we've got his las cannon. No, nothing there. And then we've got the storm bolter. Got 2 hits there.
5s.
Looking for 5s. Getting 1. He's on cover there, so 2 up armor save. He's good. And then it would have been good with anything. And then we've got the battle cannon. 5 shots. Looking for 6s. Ooh, nothing there. So he needs a 7-inch charge to get in.
Last command point.
I need to keep him up. I'm going to spend the last command point into a 6, so he's in. But do I get to keep that command point? No, I don't, so I'm done. Does he get one? No, he does not. So I'm out of command points. He's down to 1 command point, but he's in, and I think that was worth it. All right, so now my Reavers are going to charge into his squad over here. So Flamer, getting 3 hits. Looking for 4s. So we got 1 wound. No saves, so that's actually that back Reaver dead. And then frag grenade, 5 shots. No hits there.
And las guns, I have
3 las guns. So we got 6 shots coming in here. Looking for 6s. Nothing there. So their charge distance is totally in. All right, starting out with the fight phase. My Reavers here are going to attack into mulch. Hopefully mulch into his guard over here. So I've got their 2 attacks base each, except for the sergeant who has 3, and then they've got combat knives, which gives them +1 attack. So we've got 19 attacks coming from them, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. All right, and wounding on 3s. Oof. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds. No AP on these. 5s to save. No, I think they are dead. That's enough to kill that squad. All right. All right, now my interrogator chaplain is going to attack into his Lehman Russ over here. I've got 3 attacks hitting on 2s. Yeah. Wounding on 5s. No, wounding on 5s as opposed to 6s because he's got the Crozius Arcanum. Getting 1 wound, AP -1.
I don't care.
He doesn't mind because it's AP -1, so
3 up.
3 up. Or 2 up, or no, 3 up. So he's good, regardless. He's good. All right. And now the Lehman Russ can attack back. No 6s, so he does not hit anything. And that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here. So we've got a couple of morale tests to take. He's got this guy over here. This squad over here lost 4.
I'm going to spend my last command point on a fight to the death.
All right, he's going to spend a command point on fight to the death. What does that mean? What does that do?
I take morale on D3.
He takes the morale on a D3. So, wait, 1 second. Sorry. So what it means is he takes a morale test on a D3, fight to the death. So they can't fail it because they've only lost 4 guys there to 7. But does he get that command point back? He does actually. So he holds on to that, and then over here, these guys are gonna have to take a test. They lost 5 guys from their squad here, but they are within 6 inches. They lost 5. I think they lost 1 previously. Okay. There's 4 guys left, but they lost 1. So they're down to 5. They lost 5 guys. But he's within 6 inches of Yarrick, so they take it on his leadership of 9. So we've got 5 or 6 to lose somebody. No, they're good to go. So 5 plus 2 is 7. They're good to go. They would have been good on their own, but still, good to go. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. On my turn, I did get Hold the Line. I did get No Forgiveness. For killing the squad over there, and I'm going to get rid of Secure Objective 4. I just don't think I'm going to be able to come over here and get that. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you with the cards for the guard on turn 2. All right, so my opponent has Supremacy, Secure Objective 2, and Kingslayer. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the guard here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the guard. His Chimera here moved up towards my intercessors. Both of these squads moved up into the ruins over here. Yarrick followed suit. His company commander jumped in the middle there, so he's between the 2 squads over here. This infantry squad stayed where they were. This veteran squad moved up towards my intercessor, my Hellblasters. This squad moved up towards my Razorback. His Chimera there fell back from the Razorback and then shot around the corner over there. His Leman Russ over here fell back from combat. His Wyvern stood still. His Vanquisher stood still. And that is it. And the Ratlings stood still. So that is it. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase.
And I'll be in rapid fire.
All right, so into the shooting phase, his company commander is going to give into the larger squad here, bring it down, which is re-rolling ones to wound as an order, and they are going to fire into my I don't know what I keep calling them intercessors. Hellblasters over here, and he's going to supercharge with his plasma. So 3 plasma guns. We'll go with those first. So the first one hitting on threes, re-rolling ones because of Yarrick. That's 1 hit.
Second one.
Looking for threes. 1 hit, and looking for threes. 1 hit. So 1 hit through all of them, not bad. Strength 8, wounding on 2s. Rerolling ones because of bring it down. Rerolling 1 because of bring it down. So that's 3 wounds. We've got 3 4-up invul saves because of Azrael over there. And I failed 2 of them. Killer. And now the last gun shots into there. 6 of them can fire. Hitting all hit. Because they're all hitting on 3s. 5s to wound, re-rolling 1s. No 1s there, but 3 wounds. 3 ups because they're out of cover. Failing 2. And now he's going to give the order to first rank, second rank fire to this squad over here. They're going to fire into my interrogator chaplain. So they are. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so it's going to be 38 las shots into him over here. So these are the first 19 hitting on 4s. All right.
Wounding on 5s.
Got 1 more there. These are going to be wounded on 5s. No wounds there. So then the second volley.
A little better.
That's a little better. Indeed it is. Ooh, actually quite a bit better. Wounding on 5s. Ooh,
1,
much better.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 wounds. That is much better.
Yeah.
6 2-ups. And I failed 1 of them. And now the flamer onto him. Getting 1 hit. And 1 wound.
I'll take it.
And 1 save.
3 up.
So the bolt pistol from his company commander is going to fire into him. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit.
Wounding on a 5.
Wounding on a 5. No wound. And then we've got a bolt gun from the Lord Commissar. Rapid fire because of industrial efficiency. So that's 2 hits. No wounds. The Ratlings are now going to fire into Azrael over here. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, all but 1. Wounding on 4s. Oh, 2 mortal wounds and 3 armor saves. So 3 2-ups. Failed. Oh.
That's Azrael dead.
Oh, that's not Azrael dead. Oh, because it's 2 and 2, so he's still alive with 1 wound left. But oh man, that's painful. Oh. So now this Melta squad's gonna fire into my Hellblasters. So we got the Melta guns first.
3s.
Hitting on 3s.
Wounding on 2s.
Wounding on 2s. Got 2 wounds. Got 2 4-up saves. And I failed 1 of them. So Melta range. So he's dead. And now the last gun shots. 5 last gun shots on 3s. On 4s, 5s. 5s. Gotten 1 wound. Oh, failed. All right, so now the that squad over there is going to fire into my Hellblasters. So we're going to go with the las guns first. So these are going to be 13 las gun shots coming on in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s because they're a veteran squad.
Wounding on 5s.
Wounding on 5s. All right.
Number of hits.
Pretty good. And then wounding on 5s. We got 4 wounds. 4.
Could be bad.
Yeah. 4 3-up saves. Failed 2 of them. Ugh. And now the 3 melty guns are going to fire into there. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves. And I make 1 of them. All right, so the Vanquisher now is going to fire into my Razorback over here. So, Vanquisher Cannon, hitting on 6s because he's in his last night. Nothing there. Melty Guns, Multi-Melted, I should say. Nope, nothing there.
And last cannon?
Last Cannon, nope, nothing there. Storm Bolter,
Yeah.
nope, nothing there. And now this squad over here is going to fire into the Hellblasters. So he's going to supercharge with his Plasma Guns. So the first one, re-rolling ones because of Yarrick. That's 2 hits. Second one. Rerolling one because of Yarrick. That's not a hit, but not a blow up. And one more. Rerolling because of Yarrick. That's 2 hits from that one, so that's 5 hits. Wounding on supercharge, so wounding on 2s. So that's 4 wounds. 4 up. Invul saves. Oh, failed 2. That's not great. That's the squad wiped. And now the Wyvern's going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain. So we've got the, what is this one? This is the Storm Shard. So this is the number of shots he's going to get. D3 each, right?
Yes.
So 3.
No, 6 each.
D6 each?
So
Oh, snap. So that's going to be 19 shots.
And
19 shots here, hitting on 5s because he's in the 2nd tier.
only 3.
Only 3 hits. Strength
4, so
4, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling. Getting 2 wounds. 2 AP nothing, right? So 2 2-ups, and he's good. Heavy Bolter hitting on 5s, 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, no wounds. And the Storm Bolter, nothing there. Master of Ordnance is going to last pistol into the Interrogator Chaplain. No hit. All right, so he's now, Chimera's now going to fire everything into my Intercessors over here. So we've got the Heavy Flamer, 5 hits. Okay, wounding on 3s. You got 5 wounds. 5 4-ups. Oh, wow. 2 dead. Now the multi-laser firing into him. No hits on that one. And the Storm Bolter getting 3 hits. 1 wound. Oh, failed. And Yarrick is just going to take a pot shot at my Razorback over here. So
Storm Bolter's rapid fire?
Storm Bolter's, does he have a Storm Bolter?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is rapid fire. So he's going to get to fire 4 shots. All hit because he's hitting on 2s. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. That's a save, finally. All right, that's it for shooting into assaults. This veteran squad is going to charge into Azrael, so he's going to fire both forms of his gun. So we're going to go with the plasma first. I'm not going to supercharge it. These are going to be hitting on 6s. All right, re-rolling because of himself. Not in there. And then the bolters getting 1, re-rolling because of himself. 1 hit. That is a wound, AP -1. He's good. And their charge distance is in. And then this squad's going to charge into my Razorback. I'm going to fire Overwatch, 12 shots, hitting on 6s. Ooh, getting 3 hits. These are wounding on 2s. We got 2 wounds, AP -1. 2 6-ups. Failed on both, so that's 2 dead. And their charge distance is totally in.
5s.
All right, so now this squad is going to attack into Azrael over here. 8 attacks total, including the sergeant who has an extra attack plus a chainsword. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. Oh man, I need 2 2-up saves. Can he make it? He does. Hoo-wee. Woo! And then the squad onto my Razorback over here has 10 attacks total, hitting on 4s. All right. These are now going to be wounding on 6s. Not getting anything. All right, so now I'm going to activate Azrael over here. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. These are now going to be wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that is 5 wounds at AP -3. 5 dead guys. And then my lieutenant hitting on 2s. Wounding on 2s, so that is 5. He did as well. And now my Razorback gets 1 attack. Hey, it's a hit. That is a wound. You got a regular save.
Yeah, I forgot something too, but
that is cocked. They're good. All right, and that is it for the guard turn here. The only ones that have to take leadership of them, they lost 2 guys, so 2 plus 5 is 7. They're good to go. Barely, but good. If you had lost that one guy, that's sick from the Razorback. So that is going to be it for the turn here. He scored supremacy because he holds 1, 2, 3 objectives over here. So D3 gets 1 point for supremacy. Do you get anything else?
I also secured objective 2.
He also secured objective 2, which was the one up over there. And that is that. And he can't get rid of Kingslayer. So that is going to be 7 total for the guard over there. And that is the end of turn 2 here. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, so that is the cards that I drew here. I drew Secure Objective 6, Offend Objective 5, and Seize and Interrogate, which is score a victory point if an enemy character was slain by a Dark Angels unit in this fight phase. And if your opponent's Warlord was slain by a Dark Angels unit during the fight phase, score D3 victory points, which would be kind of key. So that is it for the cards drawn. We'll come back to you after my movement phase. All right, movement phase. These guys started moving up my intercessors. These intercessors moved up over here. My Razorback stood still. Azrael and the lieutenant stood. Oh, actually, yeah. I forgot to. Azrael's going to move in a bit, but not much further. He stayed in combat with them back there. My Mortis Pattern Dreadnought stayed still. My Reavers moved up over here. My Interrogator Chaplain shot around the corner over here, looking on his Lord Commissar over on this direction. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, this intercessor squad is going to fire into the 4-man squad in the front here, hitting on 3s. It's all hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -1, +1 because of cover. Failing both. Now my Razorback's going to fire into the bigger squad over here. So 12 shots, hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Alrighty, not getting to reroll 1s because he's a tank and not a dreadnought, biker, or infantry. Wounding on 2s. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. AP -1, +1, 5 ups. Making 1, so losing 5 guys. My lieutenant's going to fire his pistol into the 2-man squad. That's a hit. That is not a wound. And Azrael's going to fire both barrels into the 2-man squad down here. So we're going to start with the plasma first, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP -3. Nope. And then the Mastercrafted Bolter side, hitting on a 3. Rerolling because of himself. No. Oh, no. Yeah, because it's -1. Womp womp. All right, so my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought's now going to fire into his battle tank over here. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, not rerolling 2s, only rerolling 1s. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. 2 6-ups. No, both go through. D6 damage each. It's 8 damage. Interrogator Chaplain's going to fire into the guard squad here. That is, whoa, I think he's only hitting on 3s. 1 second. Yep, the 1 hit. No wound. And now these Reavers are going to fire into the battle tank. One's going to throw a crack grenade. The rest are going to shoot their heavy bolt pistols. Hitting on 3s. Alrighty. This is going to wound on 5. These are going to wound on 6. Okay, nothing. Womp womp. All right, starting off, that's it for shooting phase. Onto the assault phase. Azrael's going to charge into that guard squad over there. That is going to get him in. All right, so now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to charge into his infantry squad and the Lord Commissar over here. And he's going to spend his command point to see if he can, the command point to do Grenadiers, which allows them to throw grenades. Let's see if he gets that command point back. He doesn't, so he's out of command points. Command points are done. No more command points for the rest of the game. So now the Flamer is going to hit 2 times. Wounding on 5s. No wounds there. And then we've got 10 crack grenades, or frag grenades, sorry. 10 frag grenades are going to be coming in here. These are how many shots he's going to get. Ooh, killer. So that's going to be 12. 16, we'll come back to you with this. 20. All right, so we got 41 shots coming in here. Hitting on 6s. This is going to be the first 20. So he's got 3. Doing 1 damage. And he's good. And then we've got this +1, right? These are now going to be hitting on 6s again. Getting a couple in there.
4.
Getting 4. 1 wound. And he's good. And then the Lord Commissar's got a bolter.
Yes. I think I'm gonna have a couple las gun shots.
So it's 2 shots for the bolter, right?
Yeah.
No hits there. And 1 las gun because it's 12 in there. No hits there. So his charge distance
probably in.
Is totally in.
Absolutely.
And now my Reavers are going to charge all 3 of his vehicles over here. So we're going to start with the battle tank over here. So we've got the las cannon, a battle cannon. So that's 4 shots, hitting on 6s. No hits there. Then we've got the las cannon. No hit there. Then we've got the storm bolter. No, that one's cocked. No hits there. Then we've got the heavy bolter coming in here. 2 hits there. Oh, there was 1 extra die there. 1 second. All right, so you rolled 1 too many, so we're going to roll them again. 6 heavy bolter shots, getting 1 hit. That is a wound. That is not a save. Now the Vanquisher. So the main gun. No hit. Las gun. Or the 2 multi-meltas. 1 hit there. Oh boy. That is a wound, AP -4, so that's just going to go through and kill that dude, bro. And then we've got the storm bolter getting 2 hits. That's cocked. 1 wound there. Oh, and no save. And now the Wyvern with the heavy bolter. Nothing there. Storm bolter. 1 shot there, no wound, and now we've got the storm shards going to be
13 shots.
13 shots. We'll come back to you with that. 13 shots, looking for 6s. We got 3 wounds, or 3 hits, I should say.
4's rerolling.
4's rerolling. Rerolling into 4 wounds, or 3 wounds, I should say. Sorry, 3 wounds. 3 ups. Failed 2! Oh no! After all that, I'm finally now allowed to charge. Oh, and they are way in. All right, we're gonna start over here with my interrogated chaplain. All the attacks are gonna go into the Lord Commissar. So we got 3 attacks. Hitting on 2s. All hits. Wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. AP -1. 5 ups. Makes 1, so he takes 2 damage. Still alive. All right, so we're going to start with the sergeant over here and the Reavers attacking into his Vanquisher over there. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wow. Wounding on 6. Nope, nothing there. Next guy's going into the Wyvern. That is 2 hits. That is no wounds. And then the last 2 guys into the battle tank. That is 5 hits. Got to save those 6s for this roll here. Hey, getting 1. 3 up save. He's good. And now Azrael will attack in over there. So we have 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. Wounding on 2s. Not rerolling this one, so that's 4 dead dude bros over there. 5 dead because I got a 6 on the wound with a mortal, so. And now the Razorback gets to attack in. No hit there. And now the Guardsmen are going to attack into Azrael. Ooh, that's 4 hits. 5s to wound. Oh no, 4 wounds! Oh boy. 4, 2 up saves. And I'll make them all. Woo!
5s.
And now the interrogated chaplain, the Lord Commissar is going to attack into my interrogated chaplain. 2s. Hitting on 2s. That's 3 hits. Strength 3, so wounded on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 Rosaria saves, 4 ups. Oh, make 1 of them, so he takes 1 more wound. And now 5 little dude bros are going to get their attacks into my interrogated chaplain. That's 4 hits. No, 1 wound. And a save. All right, so now his tanks are going to attack into my Reaver, so we got 2 D3 attacks. 3, 4, 5 attacks total between all of those tanks.
6s.
Looking for 6s. Getting 3. What?
And
who does this?
3s.
Looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3 up saves. And they're good. All right, so that is it for the fight phase. That is going to be the end of the Dark Angel's turn here. So his these guys have to take it. They lost 5 guys. 5 plus 1 is good. They're good to go. They're staying right there. And that is, oh, and these guys over here lost in the shooting phase, right? So the guys up down here lost 3, but there are 3. So they're good because they've got Lord Commissar. And up here they lost 5 guys. So 5, yeah, 5 plus 1 is good, and they are sticking around. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I got secure objective 6, and I'm going to hold on to everything else. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We will come back to you with the cards drawn for the guard on turn 3. All right, so he still has Kingslayer, gets secure objective 1 and overkill. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the guard here on turn 3. All right, movement phase here for the guard. These guys all fell back, including the Lord Commissar. Yarrick moved up here, as did these 2 squads. His Chimera moved up over that way. Oh, he actually stood still. My bad. Sorry, he stood still. Rattling stood still. This dude bro stood still. All of the vehicles fell back from where they were. This guy flew back over here to jump on the objective. These guys fell back from combat over there, and that is it for movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting us off here, his company commander is going to order them to get back in the fight. So they're going to shoot into my Interrogator Chaplain over here. These are going to be hitting on, these are the las gunshots, who are hitting on 4s.
Wounding on 5s.
Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, 1 to 2 up save. He's good. 1 frag grenade, 4 shots. 1 hit, 1 wound, and 1 save with a fill phase. Woo! All right, his rattlings are going to fire into Azrael, hitting on 3s. Oh, okay, 3 hits. Come on, no 6s. Oh, and he got that 6. I needed that not to happen. Anything but that 6 would have been fine. That is Slay the Warlord. Now, his Chimera is going to shoot into my Intercessor, so Heavy Flamer. 5 hits. Wounding on 3s, that is 5 wounds. 5 4-up saves. Failed 4. They're dead. All right, the Plasma Gun is going to fire into the Razorback over here, supercharged. Rerolling because of Yarrick. Oh, and he is dead, but he does have the 1 hit there that he got, so no wound. And now these guys are going to fire into my Lieutenant. They're going to supercharge.
Yep, 2 at a time.
2 at a time. First guy. Those are 2 hits. That is 2 hits. Rerolling because of Yarrick. Oh, 1 dead, but 5 hits.
And 2s.
Wounding on 2s. Oh, that's 3 wounds. AP minus 3. 3 6-ups. I need to make at least 1. If I make 1, he'll still be alive. If I don't, he did. Show me that fill face. No, not getting any, and he's dead. Yarrick is now going to fire into the Razorback. That is 2 hits. Rerolling because of himself. 4 hits. Sorry.
6s.
Hitting on, wounding on 5s. No wounds. Now the Chimera is going to fire into my Reavers with the Heavy Flamer first. 1 hit. No, 1 wound. That's right. 1 wound. Minus 1. Now the multi-laser. Hitting on 4s. Oh, hitting on 5s because he moved. No wound. And then you've got the Stormbolter. That's 3 hits. That is 3 wounds. 2, 3. Failed 1. Last pistol from him into these guys. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase. His Chimera is going to charge into my Razorback over here. So Overwatch. Getting 1. And getting a wound. He ignores the -1, so he's good. He still would have been good, but and his charge distance, he's in. Yep. And now Yarrick's going to try to charge in 9 inches. Oh, and he's in. All right, so that is it. So now we're going to start off the fight phase over here. We're going to start with the Chimera into here. So here we go.
5s.
Hitting on 5s because of the Dozer Blade.
5.
And no wound.
And
All right, so now Yarrick is going to attack in here. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Twos.
Oh, 2s? He doesn't have the -1 because of the claw?
He does. Actually.
He does, so it'd be 3s, but that's all hits.
Yep. And 5.
And wounding on strength 6, so wounding on 5s. Getting no wounds. All right, so now I'm going to attack into Yarrick over here. 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. No, nothing there. And that is the end of the guard turn here. Nobody has to take any leadership tests, but he did secure objective 1 over here.
I got overkill.
And he got overkill. Got overkill because he had a vehicle that killed something here, and he got secure objective 1. And he got Kingslayer.
Yep, so
And he got Kingslayer. Wow, that is killer. So D3 for Kingslayer, right?
Overkill was 1.
Overkill for 1.
D3 for Kingslayer.
2 for Kingslayer. Plus 1 for Slay the Warlord, and also going to give you
How many units did I kill this turn?
units that you killed. A couple. We'll figure that one out, but we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels this turn. All right, so I still have Defend Objective 5, Seize and Interrogate, and Blood and Guts. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. Turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These intercessors moved up. My Razorback fell back onto the objective over here. My Interrogated Chaplain moved around over here. This Razorback stood still. These Reavers over, let me show you these guys. These Reavers over here moved up looking over at his Master of Ordnance. And my Mortis Pattern stood still. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Start off the shooting phase, my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought's going to fire 1 of his twin las cannons into the Vanquisher, 1 into the Wyvern. So we're going to go the 1 into the Vanquisher first. 2 shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits. 1 wound.
What's up?
No, goes through. D6 wounds.
No more command points.
Ugh. And now his 2 shots into the Wyvern over there. That is 1 hit. Why do you hate me? Ha ha! All right, so now my Reavers here are going to fire into his Wyvern over here. One's going to throw a crack grenade. The others are going to shoot their heavy bolt pistols. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, so 2 hits with a heavy bolt pistol, wounding on 5s. Getting 1, AP -1. All right, here he goes. Oh, and he's good with a 6. All right, so now my Interrogated Chaplain's going to fire into his company commander, because the new rules that they have out, we're playing with the beta rules for the character, and Smite didn't make a difference if we didn't have any psychic, but so the characters don't block each other here. So he's going to fire into the company commander. 4 shots hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits, wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds with fill faces. 5 ups. Fails them both, takes 2 wounds. So my Razorback is now going to fire into his squad over here. I'm hitting on 5, so I got 12 shots hitting on 5s. Alrighty. Not bad, actually. Well, not great, but not bad. Alright, wounded on 2s. Wounded on 2s. So that is 4 wounds, AP -1, so 4 6-ups. Failed 3 of them, so they are dead. My intercessors are going to fire into this squad over here. 5 shots hitting on 3s. All right, not rerolling because they moved. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds with fill faces. AP -1, so 6 ups. No, and they are dead as well. All right, that's it for shooting phase. On to the assault phase. My Interrogated Chaplain is going to charge into the Lord Commissar. That is going to be missing with his bolter. His charge distance is totally in. And now my Reavers are going to charge into his Master of Ordnance. Last pistol is a hit. That is a wound. Oh no, don't do this. Oh no, it's a save. Okay, oof. I was worried there for a bit. Their charge distance. Yeah, it's totally in. All right, Interrogated Chaplain's going to attack into this Lord Commissar. 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds at AP -1. 3 5-ups. Oh, and he failed him, and that's 2 wounds, so this Lord Commissar is dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. And now my Reavers are going to attack into his Master of Ordnance. So we've got 10 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 5 wounds onto him. AP nothing, so 5 5-ups. Fails 3 of them, so he's still alive, right?
Down to 1.
Down to 1 wound. And now his Lord Commissar is going to... not Lord Commissar. His Master of Ordnance is going to swing back. That is 3 hits. Wounding on...
5.
Wounding on 5, so that's 2 wounds. AP -3, because he... Right? Does he have a... Yeah. He has a power sword?
No, he's...
Oh, he's got no power sword. Okay, that scared me a bit there. So these are going to have to be 3-up saves. Oh, still failed 1 and killed the guy. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I got Blood and Guts. I only killed 1 unit, but that's fine. I got the point for that. Then I got Seize and Interrogate. I actually killed the Warlord in close combat with my Interrogator Chaplain. So it's D3 because it was the Warlord. Oh, 1 point. Of course it is. All right, but that's still fine. And I got Slay the Warlord. So a pretty good turn there for the Dark Angels. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Guard here on turn 4. All right, so my opponent got Hammer of the Emperor, destroy a unit that is holding an objective, Psychological Warfare, and Mission Critical, and he rolled a 4, which is over here. So if he comes up with just those troops, he's going to get D3 because I controlled it, and then he's going to control it because of objective secured with those dude bros. So that is it for the movement phase. That's it for the cards drawn. We'll come back to you with the movement phase here on turn 4. Movement phase for the Guard. Yarrick and the Chimera moving their way back over this way. That Guard unit moved up looking on my Interrogator Chaplain over here. And the objective over there. Which of these vehicles moved?
Only the Chimera.
Only the Chimera moved up over this way. Everything else of those stood still. So did the Ratlings up here. And that is it. That's all that's left over here. So that is going to be the end of the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase.
Number dice.
All right, so now, starting us off here, he's going to give the order to this squad to first rank fire, second rank fire, and they're going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain. This are the first 19 of 38 las shots that are coming in here, hitting on 4s. Not bad right there. Wounding on 5s. Getting 5 wounds. That is real good. So now...
Let's see how many stick.
That's true. 5 2-ups. Failed 1 of them. Round 2, fight. Hitting on 4s. Pretty good. All right. Now these are wounded on 5s. That's good, yeah. So that's 2. Yeah, if we just waited long enough. 2 ups. Oh, failed another 1. And now the Flamer. 1 hit. No wound. All right, the Chimera is going to fire everything into my Interrogator Chaplain. So here comes the Flamer. Getting 1 hit. No wound. We got the Multi-Laser on 5s. Nothing there. And Stormbolter.
And 4s.
5s because he moved, right?
Yeah, I was like 4s for the Stormbolter.
Oh, 4s for the Stormbolter. Yes, so 1. And a wound.
Yeah.
And he's good. Bolt Pistol from the Company Commander. No hit. And then Bolter from Yarrick. Stormbolter from Yarrick. That's all hits. That is 1 wound. And he's good. All right, so because he backed out, the Chimera is now going to fire into my Reavers. Heavy Flamer. That's 6 hits. Ooh, that is brutal.
That's what I needed.
That is not what I needed. Wounding on 3s. So we got 5 wounds. 5 3-ups because they're in cover there. Oh, failed 2 of them. Multi-laser hitting on 5s. Nothing there. Stormbolter on 4s. Getting a couple hits. Actually, quite a few hits. 2 wounds.
2 ups.
2 2-ups. Yeah, they're good. All right, his Ratlings are now going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain. Hitting on 3s. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. Oh, getting 1 wound without the mortal wound, thankfully. And he's good. Battle Tank is going to fire everything into the Reavers over here. Battle Cannon is going to have 8 shots coming in here. These are now going to be hitting on 6s, though, because he's down in the lowest level. So that's 1 hit. That is a wound. AP -2, +1 in cover, so looking for 4s. Oh, and he's down. D3 damage. And 2, he's dead. That kills all the Reavers. And now the Wyvern is going to fire his into the Interrogator Chaplain over here with his... so he's going to have... that's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 shots.
Yep.
Looking for 5s on these ones. Getting a couple hits.
And then 5.
And then looking for 5s.
Rerolling.
Rerolling. Ooh, all right, 3. 2 ups. Failed 1. Vanquisher is going to fire into my Razorback over there. The Vanquisher cannon on 6s. Nothing there.
The
Multi-meltas. 1 hit. Oh boy. That's a wound. Goes right through. D6.
Let's check and see if I'm in
I don't. Ooh, we're going to find out. He's in melter range, so 2. Looking for the highest one. Oh, and he is totally dead. Does he? Yeah, it doesn't matter if he explodes over there. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, Chimera is going to charge into my Chaplain. Overwatching, getting 1 hit. Not doing a wound though. His charge distance is totally in. Company Commander is going to charge in. 5 might get him in.
Maba.
Yep, he totally did. So now here come the Guardsmen. They are totally in. That's it for charges. We're going to start with the Company Commander now. So 3 hits, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit, wounding on a 5. No wound. Now the Chimera is going to attack in on 5s. Ooh, 2 hits. 3s to wound. Oh, no wounds. All right, so now the Guardsmen are going to attack in with 14 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. So 4s. All right, pretty good. And now wounding on 5s. Oh, man. Oh, no. So it's 3 wounds. Oh, boy. 3 up saves. If he makes all of these, it's pretty awesome. I will woo. If he doesn't, he did. And he will just be cursing them from the grave. So here we go. 3 ups. Yo! I almost wooed too early because I saw these 2, but no. He is dead. Womp, womp. All right, so my opponent scored mission critical objective by knocking me off. So now he gets D3 for that. 2 points for that, which is pretty good. He did not get psychological warfare, and he's going to actually discard psychological warfare. And then he did get Hammer the Emperor because he killed him off of there. So that's going to be another, what is it, 1 point on that one? 1 point on that one. So pretty good turn there for the guard. I think so, something like that. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels. Oh, and actually at the end of his turn, I actually scored defend objective 5 over there. So that's pretty good for me. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. All right, so I drew Confess. Had an Interrogator Chaplain kill someone. Can't do it. He killed my Interrogator Chaplain. Path to Redemption. I have to have a friendly Dark Angels unit charge an enemy unit with a higher power rating. Not looking likely. And then I've got Priority Orders Received, which is too bad that my that Azrael's dead, so I can't even get that. So a rough draw here for the Dark Angels on turn 5. So we'll come back to you after movement phase, though. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. My Intercessors are moving up towards this way. My Razorback stood still, and my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought stood still. That's it. That's all I've got left on the table. Pretty crazy. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now, starting out the shooting phase, my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought's going to fire one Twin Las Cannon into his Vanquisher and 1 into his Mortis Pattern, not Mortis Pattern, his Wyvern over there. So we're going to start with into the Vanquisher. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s. It's 2 hits. That's 1 wound. 6 up. No, goes through. So he's only got 1 wound left, so he'd be dead. Does he blow up? No, he does not. And now, he is now going to fire into the Wyvern. That's 1 hit. Oh, really? Oh, that hurts so bad. All right, so now my twin assault cannon is going to fire into his Rattlings up there. I did not move, so hitting on 3s.
Marking is that to end their move within 3?
Yes. All right, so these are now going to be wounding on 2s. All right, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds at AP -1. They get +2 to their save because of being in there. So 7 5-ups. Failing. That's squad wiped. All right, so now my Intercessors are going to fire into Yarrick over here since he's the closest. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Nope, no chance anymore. 4 hits, wounding on 4s because he's T4. Okay, so that's 1 wound at AP -1, +1 because of him being in cover. He's got a 4-up invul save anyway, so 4 up. He's good. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I got rid of my Priority Orders Received because I can't get it, and I can't get rid of Confess because it means I have to kill something. So you can't get rid of kill ones in this game, which is pretty incredible since I'm going to be stuck with that. So we'll come back to you. I just got some kill points there, so we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the guard here on turn 5. All right, so my opponent got defend objective 4, defend objective 3, and secure objective 5. So it's going to be tough. So we'll see what happens here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the guard here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the guard here. Yarrick and the company commander jumped inside the Chimera, who moved up this way towards my intercessors. His guard unit, there was like one guy that moved to consolidate over there. Both of his tanks over here stood still, so the Wyvern and the Lehman Russ. And then his Master of Ordnance jumped in the Chimera and shot over this way. And that is it for the guard here on turn 5. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so the Lehman Russ here is going to fire into my intercessors over here. So we're going to start with the heavy bolters first. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. 1 hit, no wound, and then we've got the las cannon. That is not a hit, and then we've got the battle cannon. So 5 shots, hitting on 6s. No hits there.
All right.
Now the Wyvern's going to shoot at them over here. So we've got how many shots? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots that are going to be coming in here. So these are going to be hitting on 5s, right? Because he started at 10 wounds, right? So hitting on 5s. All right, so that's 3 hits.
Yeah,
wounding on 4s. Rerolling because of themselves. That's 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. Failed 1. Now the Chimera is going to shoot at the squad over here. So we've got the multi-laser hitting on 5s because he moved. No hits there. And the Stormbolter hitting on 4s. That is 2 hits. And that is no wounds. And now the las gunner rays are going to fire, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. And now this Chimera is going to shoot at the Razorback with his multi-laser, hitting on 5s. It's 1 hit. That is strength,
No
what
wounds.
is it? No wounds. All right, and the Stormbolter, 2 shots. That's 1 hit. That is not a wound. All right, so now that's the end of the shooting phase. Now at the end, into the assault phase, his Chimera is going to assault into my intercessors over here. He's 9 inches away, so I'm going to fire rapid fire with all of those guys there, hitting on 6s, getting 1. That is not a wound, so it needs a 9-inch charge. No command points. No, he does not make it. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the guard turn here. So we will come back to you with the possible end of the game. All right, so here we go. Bottom of 5. We're going to figure out what happens here. I have to roll a dice. This seems so familiar. Yesterday when I filmed the last one, it feels so familiar. So here we go. Getting to roll here. On a 3-up, we go on to the next round. On a 1 or a 2, the game is over. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? With a 3, we're going on to turn 6. So we'll come back to you after with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 6. All right, so I drew defend objective 3, which is probably not going to happen. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 6. All right, movement phase. My intercessors are moving up towards his Chimera over here. My Razorback stood still, and so did my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought. And that is it for movement phase. That's all I've got left. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now my Mortis Dreadnought is going to fire 1 on each of those tanks. So we're going to start with the 1 onto the Wyvern. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s because he stood still. Oh, man, it finally comes in. He finally misses on a 1 as opposed to a 2. Really? Come on. 1 hit. Wounded on a 3. Why? No, really? Oh, I am like this close to melting him down for scrap. All right, so now he's going to fire into the Lehman Russ. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Oh, re-rolling 1s. Finally, Grim Resolve's coming into work. Wound on 3s. Oh boy, 2 wounds, 6s. No, both go through. D3 each. Don't do this. D6 each. Don't do this. Don't do double 1s. Oh, okay, he is dead. Does he explode? Oh, that was so close. So he's dead. All right, now my Razorback is going to fire into his infantry squad back here. So we've got 12 shots, hitting on 3s because he didn't move. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 2s. Ugh, there's a bunch of 1s. This was not a 1. And that's going to be 6 wounds. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. 6 5-ups. Ooh, fails 5 of them. And now my intercessors are going to fire into his infantry squad back here. 5 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, wounding on 3s. So that's 2 wounds, AP -1, +1, 5-ups. No, 2 more dead. All right, so that is the end of the Dark Angel shooting phase. Onto the assault phase. These guys, intercessors are going to charge into his Chimera here. So Overwatch, Heavy Flamer. That's 4 hits. 2 wounds. Failed 2, so 1 is dead. Oh no, 1 is dead and 1 gets wounded. Multi-laser on 6s. No, nothing there. Stormbolter. Nope, nothing there. And then the lasgun array, because there's guys inside there. So these are now going to be hitting on 6s again. Oh boy. Oh, getting 1. No, no wound. So their charge distance. Oh, is in. That 1 scared the crap out of me. All right, so that is it for the assault phase. Onto the fight phase. My intercessors are going to start us off. We've got 2 attacks base, except for the sergeant who has 3, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. And he's good with the save. 3 attacks back from the Chimera. Getting 1 hit. No wounds. So that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 6. These guys have to now take a leadership. 6! Oh no, that squad is now wiped because they lost 7. That was huge because he had defend objective 4 and he needed that for those 2 points. Oh, that was huge. That was huge. So here we go. At the end of the turn now. I did not get defend objective 3, and I'm actually going to discard that because I don't think I'm getting it. But I did get Path of Redemption because my intercessors are power level 5. His Chimera is power level 6. So my Dark Angel's unit charged the enemy unit with a higher power rating than its own. So I get that point, and my opponent gets successfully got defend objective 3, which is over here, so he gets 2 points for that. So this is going to be like down to the wire. We got to see. That was huge. That was huge because that would have been 2 more points for him there, and I got another kill point from that. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the guard here on turn 6. All right, so my opponent still has defend objective 4. He got overwhelming firepower and area denial. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the guard here on turn 6. All right, movement phase for the guard here on turn 6. Yarrick and the company commander both got out of the Chimera over here looking on my intercessors. Then the Chimera fell back over this way. His Wyvern stood still back here. And then his Chimera with the Master of Ordnance inside moved up the board over that way. And that is it for the movement phase, so we will come back to you with the shooting phase. So the company commander is going to start by giving him the self-the order to bring it down into my intercessors. Hitting on a, not a 1. Rerolling 1s because of Yarrick, so that's a hit. Wounding on a 5, that's a wound. Well, not wounding on a 5, but getting a wound. Looking for a 3-up. No, failed. Yarrick is going to fire his Stormbolter into them. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. That is all hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. That is a save. Now the Wyvern is going to fire everything into my intercessors over here. So, yep, he is going to heavy bolter is in range. So we're going to start with that one. So we're looking for 5s. No hits. And then we've got 4 from, to see how many shots he's going to have. So he's going to have 20 shots. All right, so we got 20 shots here, hitting on 5s. Ooh, boy, that is quite a few there. All right, and these are now going to be wounding on 4s, right? Strength 4?
Yes.
So wounding on 4s. Rerolling because of itself. All right, so that is going to be 5 wounds. 3, 4, 5, 3-ups. And I'll make them all. Woo! And now his Chimera is going to fire into my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought. So we're going to start with the Heavy Flamer. 2 hits. Strength 5, looking for 5s to wound. No wounds. Then the Multi-Laser hitting on 5s. No hits there. And then we've got the Stormbolter. That is 2 hits. One wound. No, save! And now the lad's gonna raise since there's someone inside there hitting on 4s.
Just imagine that guy running around.
Yeah, running around shooting all of them. And these are now wounding on 6s. Getting 2. Oh, 1 wound down. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, Yarrick is going to charge into the intercessors. One of them is going to throw a crack grenade. The others are going to rapid fire with their guns. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. All right, so that's 1 hit.
Wounding on a 4.
No wound.
He's in.
Yeah, he's totally going to be in.
There.
Yup. Now the company commander is going to charge in. And he is in. And now his Chimera is going to charge into my mortis, so I'm going to fire Overwatch. Hitting on 6s. Getting 2s instead of 1s that I could have re-rolled. Here's the charge distance. 6 inches? Was that enough? Well, let's find out. No, he did not make that charge, so we'll come back to you with the fight phase. All right, so he's going to start with Yarrick over here. So that's going to be 3 attacks, hitting on 3s because he's -1. All 3 hit, though. Strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -3, so 6 up. Show me that, Phil, first. No, not getting it. D3, that's 2 wounds. That's a dead Marine. And now the company commander. He's hitting on re-rolling the 1 because of Yarrick. That's gawked. No. Oh, no. So he's hitting on 3s? All right. All right, so my guys are now going to attack into the company commander. 5 attacks total. That is 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. He makes 1, so he's still alive. All right, so my opponent did not actually get any of his objectives, but he's going to get rid of defend objective 4. And that is the end of turn 6. So we're going to see if he goes on. Here he goes. His roll is a 6, so we are going on to turn 7, ladies and gentlemen. We will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels on turn 7. All right, I pulled no prisoners and domination. Yeah, that's probably going to happen with my 3 units left. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 7. All right, movement phase. No one's moving. These guys stayed in combat. He stood still in the middle there. And then my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought stayed still over there. And that is it for the movement. So we will come back to you with the shooting. All right, so my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought's going to fire everything into his Chimera here. So 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Back into a 1, come on. All right, 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh, 2 wounds. Ooh, 2 6-ups. No, they go through. Okay, here we go. 2 D6 wounds. I need to see 10 total wounds to make me happy. Otherwise, I'll probably cry myself to sleep. What is it going to be? 10 exactly. That's what I needed. Oh, that's killer. Does he explode? No, he does not. All right, so now my Razorback is going to fire into his... oh, he has to shoot into the Chimera because of him being a character. I forgot about that. So now it has to go into his Chimera. Lame. No, he's not. He's going to fire into the Wyvern. You can take that away from me, but you can't take that away from me. So here we got 12 shots. Hitting on 3s. Because he didn't move. Oh, man. Oh, not great. Not great. It's because he had already had the guns trained on that guy before he realized he couldn't shoot him. And wounded on 5s. Oh, not enough to kill him. Just the 1 at -1 that he ignores because of his vehicle and a 3-up. No, he does take a wound. Oh, bumps it down to the lowest. This game is ridiculous. All right, so now they're going to fire their pistols into his company commander. It's 2 hits with the fill faces. That's got to mean something, right? Yeah, there we go. 2 wounds. Oh, and he makes it with double 6s. Brutal. All right, so now my intercessors are going to start us off in the fight phase into his company commander. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. All right, so 4 hits, wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. Oh, and he goes down. And now Yarrick's going to swing back. That's rerolling 1s because of himself.
Yes.
That's 3 hits. Oh, man. Oh, 2 wounds. 2 6-ups. Show me them fill faces. Got 1. I got 1 fill face. So now D3 wounds. 3 wounds. So it's 1 dead guy. All right, so I did score no prisoners, but only killed 2. So that means that I only get the 1 point for them. And I'm going to get rid of domination because that was just not going to happen. So I'm down to 3 models. My opponent is down to 4 models. This is crazy go nuts. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the guard on turn 7. All right, my opponent drew secure objective 3, so he has area denial, overwhelming firepower, and secure objective 3. Oh boy. All right, movement phase. He never consolidated back into my guy, so he was just going to stay there out of combat over there. So he just stood where he was, Yarrick. His Chimera moved up here, getting him line breaker. His Wyvern stood where it was, and his Master of Ordnance back in there advanced back onto objective 3. Oh man, killer! This thing is so close. Right. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, Yarrick is going to start us off with a Stormbolter into my Primaris Marine there. Oh, all hits.
4s.
Looking for 4s. Ooh, getting 3 wounds. This could kill him right here. 3 3-ups. Oh, but I make them all. Woo!
Laser.
All right, now the Chimera is going to fire a multi-laser into him. Hitting on 5s. That's 2 hits.
3s.
Wounded on 3s. Oh, no wounds. All right, now his Wyvern is going to fire into my Intercessor over here. So we're going to go with the Storm Bolter first, or Heavy Bolter, sorry, first. No hits, because he's hitting on 6s now because of that Assault Cannon. And the shots from the Storm Shards, he's going to have 17 shots. All right, 17 shots, looking for 6s, getting 2. Oh boy, wounded on 4s, re-rolling because of itself. Oh, 1 wound, 3 up. And I make it with a fill first. All right, so now that's it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. Yarrick is going to charge into my Intercessor. Overwatch. Not getting anything there. His distance is totally in. Now Yarrick is attacking in here in the fight phase. Hitting on 3s. Does he get to reroll his? No, because he's not an orc. So 1 hit. 1 wound.
6 up.
Oh boy, show me that fill face. Yeah, with the fill face. Woo! And now my Intercessor is gonna attack back. It's the Sergeant, so he's got 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds, 2 4-ups, right?
Yep.
And he makes them both. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the game. We will come back to you with the points, or the final score. It is, so close. Yeah, at the end of the game, he did score secure objective 3, so that will go towards his points. We will come back to you with a grand total. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we counted up the points. We counted up our objectives. We counted up our Slay the Warlords, First Bloods, and Line Breakers. We counted up our kill points. Combination of everything. The Guard scored 27 points. The Dark Angels, 28 points. Oh man, that was a 1-point victory for the Dark Angels in this one. At the bottom of turn 7. You can't get any closer than that. Literally, you can't even try to get any closer and actually have a victory. I guess you could tie, but this was as close as you could get. I'm mentally, physically, and just emotionally exhausted right now. The game was brutal. At the end of the game, I had what, 3 models on the table, as did he. I think, yeah, you only had 3 models. He had a Chimera. He had he had 4. He had 4 models on the table. I had 3 models on the table. He had his Master of Ordnance, Yarrick, a Chimera, and that limping Wyvern over there. And I had my Mortis pattern that's just super disappointing. My Razorback, and then I had the 1 Intercessor that was over here. That was who saved it with a 6. If I hadn't made that 6, that would have given him the kill point, and we would have had a tie. Holy cow, that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So much fun. This game just came down to the wire. It was so close. Both sides just beating on each other. So many command points, so many stratagems going off. It was so much fun. So much fun. I'm telling you, now that you're seeing Codex versus Codex armies happening, this is what I think 8th edition was supposed to be. It has just been so much fun that I've been playing now with a Codex. The indexes were just meant to, I think, just tide us over, allow us to keep playing some games in the system, but this has just been unbelievable. Unbelievable unbelievable. That was so much fun. So close, so good. Great times. So I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Harris. And until next time, have fun.